Let's talk about the National Sports Festival, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports. Is it realistic that it will happen this year?
Oh, yeah. Austin, that's a million-dollar question. But I can say that our expectation is that it happens this year. And I take my cue from the meeting of the National Council on Sports. That is the highest sports decision-making body in the country. We had a virtual meeting about 3 months ago, about 11 weeks ago, and the council unanimously agreed that the sports festival should hold in 2020. That means between now and perhaps December. We immediately set up an 11-man committee that went to Benin to check the sporting infrastructure, to check the COVID-19 infrastructure in place, to see how the protocols are set out. And they have worked within 30 days. The report was submitted to the ministry. An implementation committee is looking at it. Recall that on that team we had the NCDC representative, we had the health ministry, and we had a representative from the PTF. So they did a thorough job. What they have done is to recommend, standing in line that, well, looking at between now and December, what are the possibilities? What are the things that should be in place? But I think for us, the most important is working with the PTF and the NCDC and the health ministry, looking at the numbers. We're hitting a spike in this country. Before we can return to sports, we must flatten that curve. The numbers must start to come down. And when you look at sporting regimes in other countries, in Europe and other places, it's because to some extent they have hit that curve. They have flattened the curve, and then they have put in place enough testing, enough COVID infrastructure. People are obeying the COVID protocols as necessary to a large extent. I think we'll be looking at these indices, working with the necessary authorities before we can take a decision. I've said it repeatedly. The Ministry of Youth and Sports will be properly guided before we take a final decision.